Morning, everybody. Hope you're doing awesome. Today, we're going to talk about the first day of our Family Insurance Coach Challenge. And what I encourage you to do is, through this entire call, consider what it's going to take or what would it be for you to be awesome for your clients. What would it look like if you are delivering at such a high level that your clients seek you out, and despite all the competition from internet or online carriers or other areas, that your clients choose to do business with you because there's no way that helps them better? And what we're going to do is talk about that, because with all the changes going on right now and people's inability to really stay focused, or their overwhelm and all the information that's out there, more than ever, people would love to have a trusted advisor that can help them make great decisions and look out for their family and protect their income and their loved ones and their assets. But if they can't find that, if they don't see that, then they're going to simply choose for the lowest price or the quickest fix or whatever it might be. And we have the ability to do something about that depending on how we deliver. And in today's call, we're first going to go into the simplest way to get started doing that. So, one of the things that a lot of people get understanding or have to understand to really get started with this is that this is all about creating a situation where it's not enough for your clients to know, like, and trust you. That's what's required for them to buy from you. Your clients need to really treasure what you provide for them. They need to ultimately invest with you and then eventually recommend others to you. The cost of advertising has become very expensive for paying for advertisements. They don't always work. And more people are looking constantly and being bombarded by other information about where they could go if they're not being well taken care of. And so, what I'm going to suggest to you is that as a family insurance coach, you can be helping your clients. And the simplest thing that a family insurance coach does is help the clients find the money to protect their income, loved ones, and assets, and create the financial future they most desire. Now, to break that down a little bit, finding the money. We need to help our clients find the money because most of our clients would gladly love to have more insurance protection. But since they can't afford it, they won't do it. So they won't have the disability income protection they need. They won't have the life insurance protection they need. They'll have lower than they should auto limits or whatever it might be. But they take it for free if we gave it to them. So really the objection or the concern for them is, well, if I put all my money into insurance, I have no money to save, or I have no money to enjoy my life. We can help them look at different ways to address that. We want to help them protect their income, their loved ones, and their assets. Now, most people would say, well, wait, I have to protect my assets because the bank makes me do it, my car and my home. And yeah, I mean, I want those protected. And I'd like to take care of my family members. That's why I have health insurance, or at least I'm trying to get that. But it's the income that supports both of those things. If the income goes, whether it's from being unable to work or whether it's from dying prematurely and the family not having the income, that's a huge issue as well, of course. And so we want to be able to help our clients find that money so they can protect their income that supports their loved ones and assets. But overall, we'd prefer to help them create a financial future they most desire, not by dying and funding it with life insurance, but by actually surviving and being able to be alive. And so part of the conversation too is to remember that if we're only looking at risk management, if we're only looking at insurance, it's not a very exciting conversation for people. Hey, let's pay for your kids' education by you dying. No, that's not really that sexy. I want to talk about how we can help them create their desired financial future, save for that, but then have the measures in place that if things don't go according to plan, that they're okay. And so I want to start this conversation by simply encouraging you that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can model after the best. And in this specific situation, it's not so much that there's one best financial advisor or person in the world that we have to model after. I'm going to encourage you that we're going to have you identify a powerful role model in your life. And let's look at their example and how we can leverage that in our business and how we help people. I want you to think about, who is your favorite teacher of all time? This could be somebody that has been your teacher in school. It could be a mentor, could be a coach, whatever it might be. Who is that favorite teacher for you that has made a profound impact on your life? And what was their commitment as a teacher, that highest commitment that led them to do everything they needed to do to deliver for you? In today's world, especially if you're a parent, you hear a lot about the conversation of, parents or teachers have these competing agendas of trying to make sure their students pass state exams or assessment tests, and they want the students to be able to learn, and they want to care about the students. They have these different commitments, and hopefully they're able to serve or help all of these commitments, but ultimately they've got some commitments that are higher than others. What was that teacher's highest commitment? Was it to supporting you? Was it to helping children? Was it to helping you be the best person you could be? Think about that. That has you thinking about this favorite teacher of all time so many years later. What was that? And what was the knowledge that they developed that helped them be great? So, most likely, their commitment inspired them to get some knowledge, to learn, to acquire information that helped them be great so that they could help you evolve or grow or be better. And how did it feel to be taught by them? When you were in their presence, what did you know? Was it that they cared about you tremendously? Did you feel that you'd be competent if you listened to them because they were just very smart and very intelligent, and listening to them was a great thing to do? Did it feel just safe knowing that someone was looking out for you? And perhaps most importantly, what action did they inspire you to take for your own benefit? This really is the ultimate measure of our ability to positively influence people, whether it's as a parent or a sports coach or a financial coach or a consultant or a teacher. What were they able to inspire you to do that benefited you? Not that served them, but that benefited you. One of my favorite definitions of sales I heard on a podcast with Joe Polish and Dan Sullivan, and they talked about the definition of sales being you inspiring people to take action for their own benefit. That's what sales is getting people to do that. And then, of course, in a business way, finding a way for that to be a way that you could also generate income. And if that's what sales is, well, that's just something that we can go after. And we can go after without reservations that we're going to hurt somebody. So what was it, that action or actions they inspired you to take for your own benefit? I think of the teacher that I had that's a high school teacher that really inspired me. And it felt great knowing that she was looking out for us and she challenged us and she pushed us. And sometimes I didn't always like doing the work, but the actions I took, the extra work I did, whether it was learning my vocabulary cards or reading uh, longer than I wanted to read, but learning and digesting information and opening my mind, even at the time, I knew this person really is looking out for me. And it felt great to know that that was there. Who did this person choose to be for you? Were they a role model that you could follow and look up to? Were they more of a mentor that simply encouraged you? Were they somebody that helped you believe in yourself? Were they somebody that simply said, hey, it's going to be okay. Maybe you're struggling a little bit. Let's just get through this step by step. Who were they for you? And what did they do that demonstrated their highest commitment as a teacher? So if someone were to say to you, that teacher, you like that teacher. Why do you like them? Well, I like them. Why? What do they do? How do you prove that? How do you show that? You'd say, oh, they do these things. They did these things. They looked out for me. They did this extra work. They went the extra mile. What was it that they do or did that demonstrate that commitment? And then ultimately, what were they able to then gain and have as a result of their dedication? Now, teaching of all professions, at least United States, is a profession that very often we talk about teachers not being compensated enough. And usually we also talk about teachers being dedicated and perhaps even sometimes to their own financial detriment, to their own financial not so well-being, being committed to their work. And yet, in addition to perhaps financial rewards, which they might or might not get, in the case of the teacher I'm thinking of, she wasn't paid necessarily a huge amount, but she was able to have the respect of her students. She was able to have the knowing that she was impacting people's lives and making a difference. She was able to have the warmth of the relationships and the feedback of the respect from the students. And so, what was that teacher that most inspired you and helped you able to have as a result of their dedication? And so, to connect the dots, what I want you to see is this result, this excellence of you having this favorite teacher came about a lot because there was this cooperation or harmony or synergy or whatever word you want to use, where your commitments inspired your knowledge and helped you influence how people feel and the actions they take. So your spirit, your mind, your heart, your body, there was some sort of working together as opposed to going in different directions. Sometimes when there's a life promotion for life insurance, team members will say, well, you know what? I'm not sure this is the right thing to do. I maybe don't have the product knowledge. It'd feel great to get the recognition, but I don't really know the product. So it'd feel bad if I did the client wrong. And so I kind of half-heartedly take action. That's sort of a lack of cooperation versus I know I want to take care of my clients and I got the knowledge to know how to best serve them. And it feels great to invite them to look at how to help their family, even though at times they might have objections and they might not like me probing. And I'm able to inspire them to do things. So there's this cooperation and then there's this alignment and who the person is choosing to be and what they're doing and what they're able to have. And again, the excellence is what starts at top. The result, the income comes later. And this is not to say that you should be so altruistic or so dedicated to others that you should be a victim. This is about simply saying that the excellence naturally, when there's this cooperation of the body, heart, mind, and spirit, and there's this alignment of being and doing and having, chances are the excellence is going to help create great results for you, or in this case, for this teacher. And so now what we want to look at is say, how can we take this example of this teacher who's had this inspiration or this inspiring impact on you and say, how can you then in your profession seek to be similar? And I really encourage you, whether this is a profession you intend to be in for the next 20 years or for the next 20 days, that while you're here, while you're working the 35, 40 hours or whatever it is a week you work, why not help as many people as possible? Why not make as much money as possible? And so I encourage you to think about what would you need to deliver to be your client's favorite financial professional of all time? What would you need to do for them? Would it be encouraging them to take their goals and dreams more seriously? Would it be encouraging them to take their finances more seriously? Would it be encouraging them to look for how they can support the vision they have financially and protect that? And what would need to be your highest commitment? And you can have multiple commitments. You can say, I want to have multiple commitments that include wanting to help clients, wanting to make money, wanting to do well for the company, wanting to do well for the agency or the agency owner you work with. But what would your highest commitment be? Would it be to helping your clients? Would it be to doing that in a way that's going to lead to the best result for them and ultimately still, yes, abundance for you? And what knowledge would you need to have or gain that you don't currently have to help you honor that commitment? Might you need to know the products a little better? Might you need to understand the endorsements or why the endorsements are even there? I mean, were they just randomly created, or is there a reason that there's these endorsements on a disability income policy that say, in this case, or if the person changes occupations, here's why we do this or whatnot? Because without that knowledge, might we not deliver as well? Might we back off and out of fear choose to kind of keep our mouth quiet because we're afraid we're going to hurt the client? How would your clients feel to be advised and coached by you if you're aligning this way and if you're delivering at this level? What would that be like for them? And what actions would you inspire them to take for their benefit? And so this number 4 and number 5 are huge. If they feel like you're only looking out for you, then that's not going to be a great situation. Whereas if they feel like they're comfortable, you're looking out for them, you're doing the best thing you can, how is that going to then inspire them to take action and to not only invest for themselves, but also perhaps send other business your way, tell other clients that they should go talk to you. And so, who must you choose to be? If you choose to be, say, I'm going to be a professional, I'm going to be somebody that does the work, I'm going to be somebody that takes this vocation seriously in the sense that I'm going to be as good as I can for the benefit of my clients. And when I come to work, I'm going to focus. I might not even work more hours. Maybe I'll just focus more when I'm there and be more intent about how I come to work. And what must you do to demonstrate that commitment? And this is critical. There's two parts to this. There's living the commitment of gaining the knowledge and doing the work for your clients, but there's also demonstrating the commitment. In our field, very often we're doing hard work for clients and we're working hard, but they don't see it. And so they don't value us as well. We need to make sure that they understand, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's how I'm helping you make sure of this. Here's what we helped you avoid. Here's how we helped you save money. Here's how we helped you protect your family. We want them to anchor in with that so that they see us as the professional that we are, so that they take seriously what we're doing for them, and that they're able to understand in a way how important the actions are that they take, so that they take the actions, and that yes, they invest with us, and yes, that they send their friends. And then if you do this, if you line up this commitment or this desire for excellence and the commitment, and you get the knowledge and you do the work and you care about your clients and you inspire them to take action, what do you get as a result of that? Chances are it's going to be you're going to get greater levels of impact. You're going to impact more people's lives. You're going to get feedback that you're impacting your lives. You're going to get gratitude in return. Thank you for helping me do that. You're going to, chances are, earn more money. Will you still earn some of the other things you don't want, like clients saying, why are you bothering me? That sort of stuff. Sure. But you already have that today. You already have clients telling you that, oh, I just want the greatest rate and leave me alone, get them, go away. No problem. We can help those people quickly and move them to the side and move along. Those clients will be with us as long as things go their way. And the minute things don't go their way, they'll be gone. But the clients who be with us over the long run will be the clients who understand that we're here to help them, that they understand that we're here to help them make a greater life for themselves and their families, and that they want that help and they're willing to engage with us. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do in this first day of 10, now we're not going to have a group coaching call all 10 days. We're going to have it 3 different times. And on the different days, I'll be sending you an email with either a link to a short video in the online community that goes with this, or it might just be an actual exercise. But the first thing that we're going to do is consider that this whole 10 days is all about you first being your own client, doing the work on yourself so you can help others. If you ever flown in a plane, you hear them say, before you put the oxygen mask on the child or someone else you need to assist, put your own oxygen mask on first. If you pass out, you're not going to be a lot of help to the person next to you. Similarly, you need to be doing the work on yourself, and you don't have to be perfect, but you've got to be making progress, because if you're not doing the work, you're not going to understand the obstacles clients run into. You're not going to understand that there's a level of insecurity of sharing with people what your information is if you ask them to share their financial information at certain times. You're not going to understand the frustration of trying to do a budget and get it accurately. And sometimes it's just a pain in the butt. It makes you want to give up. You're not going to understand the desire to, do the research to understand what is my credit card company actually charging me, and do all that if you've not done the work. But if you're committed to being the person and you do the work, you're going to have the results. If you commit to being a professional and you do the work on yourself, you're going to have the confidence, you're going to have that positive influential power to inspire clients to take positive action for their own situation and their loved ones. You're going to make an impact and you're going to earn a higher income. And so in this first day, I want to talk to you about your dreams, your goals, and your responsibilities. And that's the first tool that we're going to have. I'm going to send it to you after the call in an email. And this is all about you getting excited about your finances by connecting with your most important priorities. And this is what I'm going to suggest we're going to want to be helping our clients do. And again, I understand 1,000%, at least 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60% of our clients want nothing to do with this. They just want auto and fire. Great, we'll help them and we'll move them along. But there's at least 10 to 20% of your clients that are just happy to receive advice. They're the types of clients that, like, when you go into a dentist's office and the dentist says, hey, fill out this form, like, okay, sure, because you're the dentist, right? You're probably trying to help me. So Why wouldn't I fill out the form? There's a lot of clients that do want our help. And the more we demonstrate this, they're going to send their friends. We're going to have a higher and higher percentage of the clients that we help be the type of people that want this sort of help. And so what we're going to do is first identify what's most important to you and how you can make it happen. Now, for a lot of people, there are their dreams, what they'd love to see happen. There's goals, and then there's those things that they have to do, the responsibilities. I'm going to suggest that we first talk to people about the responsibilities simply because these are things that they might not be as exciting. They might be kind of repetitive. But if it truly is a person's responsibility and they see it that way, they're going to be very committed to it. So when I think of my responsibilities, there's a lot of different responsibilities I have. As a father, I want to do the best I can to raise my children well, and our children, my wife and our children. As a husband, I want to be the best husband as I can. As a provider, I want to help provide for my family. As a citizen, I want to be the best person in the community I can. As a coach and a professional, I want to deliver for you all the best way I can. So I've got my responsibilities, and then look at how do I activate these? And it might be a matter of investing time or effort or money and getting clear about what that looks like, and even how I can make that happen faster. Well, if I want to enjoy time with my family, maybe I spend time with them. And if I want to do that more, maybe I plan some getaways and some times where we all have time together. And then identify what are your three most exciting goals and how you'd make those happen and how you'd make those happen quicker. So those might be anything from a fitness goal or a financial savings goal or to buy a house or whatever that might be. And again, look at how you can activate those and how you can accelerate those. And what you're going to notice is some of the answers you have here are not going to directly relate to being an insurance advisor or financial advisor. But if these are your most important priorities, usually in some form or fashion, some of them are going to involve needing money to fund them or needing time off to be able to afford them. And in order to have time off, you need to have enough money. So if you budget well and make good money, you'll be able to do that. But if you budget poorly, that might impact your ability to do that. And then additionally, your boldest dreams. This is something that for years, I know as a professional, I've really balanced going into the conversations and using specifically that word dreams. I happen to have a background in mental health counseling psychology. I have a master's in that. I also do life coaching. So I'm more than comfortable having these conversations. But when I'm talking insurance, people just want to talk insurance, right? They don't want to talk about the woo-woo stuff. Well, what are their dreams? Their dreams usually have something to do about who they want to be, or something about their family, their kids going to college or going on family vacations or traveling the world. And so again, these are things we want to be talking to our clients about what are their dreams, how they'd activate those, and how they'd make those happen quicker. Because once we can get them in touch with or connected with that conversation, and perhaps even more importantly, trusting us enough to have that conversation with us, we want to stir up that excitement in a good way, and then get clear about, well, look, part of what we do might be to help you save for those things. And if we have, deposit accounts or checking accounts or savings accounts, or IRAs or whatever it might be, permanent life insurance and cash value and different things, but also to look at, well, how do we make sure that if something doesn't go according to plan, that you're still able to go after those things? And most of the times, we're going to find that the inability to work can be a big thing that throws a monkey wrench in the plans. Death, illness, running out of money in retirement, lawsuits, home losses, and auto accidents, all of those things can make things more difficult. And so we want to be able to look at each of these and have, if it's a client, have them answer this. But in your case, you'll be doing this to say, okay, is this something that's not a priority for me? Is it something that's taken care of already? Is it something I want to review later, or something I want to review now? And as we're doing that, to be able to get clear on that, because overall, we want to be able to get clear and complete this form on ourselves and get clear about what we're aiming for. I'm going to encourage you to, after you do that, to keep it in a folder for your 10-day challenge and discuss it with your agency owner so that you can start engaging this conversation. Over the next 10 days, we'll be going more into your own numbers and doing these things. I'm going to ask you to comment on what you learn in the member site. So what you'll see is after this call, you'll receive an email that has the information for the actual tool itself and the actual PDF so you can print it out and do the work, and also the access to the member site. And so, in all of this, what we're looking to do is help create a situation where we are helping our clients and we are really being that person that they need to help inspire them, to help them understand how do they make these things happen. Because if we can do that, if we can be that person for these clients, they're going to come to us, they're going to know us, like us, and trust us, they're going to invest with us, and ultimately they're going to send our friends to us. So thank you for being part of this first day of the 10-day challenge. If you're watching this and you're not yet signed up for it, you can sign up for that. There's a link you'll see below here. And I look forward to helping you create your vision for yourself as a financial so that you can help your clients find the money to protect their income, loved ones, and assets. And so that also that you can help more people sell more products and make more money. Thanks so much for coming out, and I look forward to seeing you on the next call and in the challenge.